And hello, everybody. So today we will discuss how to prepare for the course, how to prepare your own virtual machine. In case somebody is not able to prepare their PC, I will prepare very few computers on my site and will give you the remote desktop connection to my computers. I just simply need to know how many students, how many candidates would like to utilize my PCs. Well, so talking about the content of the course, we are talking about CEH version 13. And we gonna go a little bit different, our own way. You will have the access to this material. So this is up to you to learn through. As you might see, the content is quite big. It's like almost 4,000 pages for material. And then lab manual, a little bit less than 1,000 pages. So 4,500 pages of learning material and labs. What we're gonna do in our week of training is to perform practical exercises. Of course, we will go through the training material from module 1 to module 20. We will not be able to touch each and every module. Like, for example, we will definitely skip wireless networks because it's not possible to demonstrate wireless attacks remotely. We can discuss it. But I will try to show you as much possible of some exercises, of some attacks. And that's why you see my plan, which I consider to be valid for this course from previous year, still valid. We will deploy 9 virtual machines for the course, including 3 servers, 4 servers actually, including Active Directory domain controller, MikroTik router, and few client machines, as well as 2 attacker machines, Kali Linux and Windows 10 attacker machine. As you might see, some virtual machines could be a little bit outdated to have deep understanding of the matter of attacks. For example, this server is not right simply Windows server. This is POP server or SMB server or DHCP and DNS server. And we're gonna attack services such as sniff email traffic or whatever operating system. Or say the domain controller has specific vulnerabilities to be presented. A list of vulnerable protocols and a list of vulnerabilities, which we're going to discuss during the course, you see to the right side of this presentation. Well, this could be quite a lot for 5 days, or say 4 days, because the last day I'm typically scheduling for exam questions or maybe test exam, practical one. And in case we're gonna do this, this may take additional 7 virtual machines. We will see. Well, to prepare this environment, we typically run it in Oracle VirtualBox. You could try running those machines on your Linux, uh, considering you have VirtualBox installed, but I cannot promise this is going to work. This is like, give it a try. If you fail, you could just simply revert back to my computers. I will prepare a few computers on my desktop, a few hypervisors. So you will RDP to those hypervisors and perform your training. This is what you see in my screen at the moment. I have RDP'd to my laptop, which is dedicated for CH training. And I will run multiple virtual machines. Let me show you the final result of virtual machine deployment. So This is Oracle VirtualBox. On the screen, you see a list of virtual machines running. Every machine is connected to its specific virtual network. In settings, you will see in networks a list of available networks, and this is internal network. So we will perform attacks in isolated environment, not in not say in the real internet. We will do it isolated environment. So every student will attack some computers within their computer. So this virtual machine is connected to specific network, DMZ. One more PC is connected to specific network, which is called CEH LAN, and only router, this one, MikroTik router, has 3 network cards, 3 adapters. The first one is connected to the real internet to be able to download something or maybe to upload something to the internet. Well, the second network card is connected to DMZ, and the last card is connected to LAN. And this is what you can see in this picture. So MikroTik has 3 network interfaces connected to internet, DMZ, and LAN. In DMZ, we will run 3 virtual machines, including DNS, DHCP, SMTP server, including SQL and IIS server, and IIS and WordPress server. To the right side, you see the domain controller of Active Directory domain, the domain client, and just simply isolated standalone workstation. 2 attacker machines could be switched between subnets. Basically, we will connect them to LAN and perform attacks from those 2 computers. Now let's discuss the order of installing and configuring of machines. Say I will delete some of the machines, and I will do what? Like this one. I will reinstall it. So you will see the order of installing. And recovery, of course. So this machine has all the storage devices disconnected, and deleted. Yes, so this computer doesn't exist. Where do you get those virtual machines from? From my OneDrive. I will share a link to my CEH folder. Share. So please check the link in your Teams chat, and please check if you can navigate to this link, if it opens for you. And tell me if it works.
For me, it works.
Good.
Eric.
So what you see in this link, you see...
Works for me as well.
Very good. So it works in general. So in VM folder, you see 7 zips of virtual machines. You could download them to your PC. Talking about sizes of virtual machines. This folder is 50 gigabytes big. VHD folder in general, when we have where we have all those virtual machines unpacked is 170 gigabytes. Well, so up to 200 gigabytes of SSD space for unzipped virtual machines, 50 gigabytes for zipped virtual machines. Then CH tools. We will mostly work with peer tools, a collection of this is my collection of tools I use at work. You could also download CEH 13 tools as well, which actually is available for you on EC Council webpage as well. I have just simply packed them in a single VHD file. So this is 10 more gigabytes. And also you could take a few ISOs, for example, like Windows Server 2019 ISO or maybe Windows 7 ISO. This depends if you want it completely or anything. Those are the virtual machine installation files for our course. I haven't prepared the separate folder, just simply to note this takes 60 gigabytes more. So my suggestion is to have 400 gigabytes of SSD space for the course. If we could manage to get to my exam, please take a note, it's going to be my exam, not the official one. So zipped machines may take 20 gigabytes more and unzipped 100 gigabytes. That's why 400 gigabytes should be enough for everything. So again, the most important folders are CH virtual machines, CH tools, and few files from CH ISO. It's not necessary, but for example, in recovery folder, you may find ConBoot or Dart, which we will use during the course. It's not necessary. Possibly you may want to download them. Because we're not gonna use each and every virtual machine from this list. Well, for official EC Council course, you may want to download Parrot Linux. I will perform all my exercise from Linux from Kali. Well, which version is the best? That's a subject to discussion. I have just simply prepared my Kali for specific attacks. I have updated it to some specific level, no more, to be able to demonstrate few attacks. That's why. So you could utilize Kali from my folder, this one, from my OneDrive, or you know what, you better take this one, this version of Kali. I'm trying to avoid updating everything all the time because when you update something, some attacks may have stopped working. So I keep some virtual machines in non-updated state to have attacks working. That's why I tend not to update Kali to the latest version, not to update, say, Windows 10 to the latest version. This is up to you. If you prepare your own virtual machines, that's okay. My virtual machines have vulnerabilities. That's why this could be important. So again, you download most of those virtual machines, you take this Kali version, you take tools. If you want, you could take everything, but we will mostly work with peer tools and maybe this pack of tools as well, and few ISOs, such as recovery ISOs, maybe some ISOs from this folder, this folder, this folder. Well, this is it. When you have downloaded ISOs, when you have downloaded tools and downloaded 7-zipped virtual machines, you do what? Right-click virtual machine. For example, that was the client. Unzipped it with 7-zip. I do it to CVHD folder, just because. To which specific folder? CHVM. Go. All right, so the virtual machine was unzipped. VirtualBox file, which describes the state of virtual machine. Sometimes you need to patch it. Sometimes. I will show you why. There could be references to some images. For example, this one. As you might see in this configuration file, there is told that CD image of Dart is mounted. If you just simply try to import this machine, it will not work. It will drop you the error message. So what I will do, I'm removing this entry. Just simply deleted this entry and double checked if there are more paths inside. Nothing interesting actually in this case. So again, what I did, I have removed DVD image, which should be like mounted to this virtual machine, but I don't want to mount any DVD image. Basically, I don't want no DVD images at all. No CD-ROMs mounted to this machine. Saved. And now I can double click this file to import, and it will be imported in a list. Okay, now it's imported to VirtualBox, to whatever folder. Let me check settings of this virtual machine. What could be important in settings? In system, I typically specify one CPU for VirtualBox. In case you would like to play with Hyper-V, it's also possible. I suggest you specifying 2 CPUs. In VirtualBox, there should be 1 CPU. Well, you need to have some specific number of cores on your physical machine. Let me check my physical machine. In my physical machine, I make sure to switch to the number of logical CPUs. This is the task manager on the physical machine. Well, I see how many CPU cores I have. Basically, it says 14 physical cores. That's okay. If you have like 8 cores and more, this is good. I'm not sure if this is going to work with 6 cores. 8 is the minimum number of cores required for this CEH training. 8 cores. So by this, you assign a single core to every virtual machine. Next is the amount of memory assigned to machine. In this specific case, you see that I have assigned 1 GB of RAM for my Windows 8 machine, 64-bit operating system. I have 42 GB of RAM total on my physical machine. So you could survive with 16. So the 16 GB of RAM is the minimum requirement for this training. 8 cores and 16 GB of RAM, and maybe 300 gigabytes of SSD space. No hard disks, please. Next, so 1 gigabyte of RAM is enough for most of virtual machines. The most demanding is SQL running 2016. So I have assigned 2 gigabytes of RAM on my physical machine. If you have just simply 16 gigabytes of RAM, you could assign 1 gigabyte. This is going to work. There is not a problem. There are less demanding machines as well. For example, mail server only requires 128 megabytes of RAM, and this is good. Router only requires 160 megabytes of RAM. As you might see in properties, 160, not gigabytes, but megabytes. So if you spend 1 gigabyte, 1 gigabyte, 1 gigabyte, 1, 1, 1, 1 for those machines, or even less, so a little bit here, you could even survive with 12 gigabytes of RAM on your PC. All right, what's next about the virtual machine? So I have double-checked a number of CPUs. I have double-checked amount of RAM assigned to this machine. In storage, I made sure there is nothing else that system drive of this virtual machine. And next, I'm switching to network. In network, I double check if this machine is connected to internal virtual network. So I'm not connecting this virtual machine to the internet. Specific client should be connected to CEH LAN. Talking about promiscuous mode, unfortunately, the latest versions of VirtualBox got it screwed. So by default, I specify deny. Could be you may want to switch to allow, because we will need promiscuous mode for sniffing. But it's not necessary from the very beginning. So this could be anything. I will discuss this during the course. This should be fine. Basically, that's it. So I'm launching this virtual machine. When you will import all 9 virtual machines into VirtualBox, there could be the sequence of startup. Let me describe this. It's not necessary, it's not as important, but just in case. Typically, the first virtual machine I launch is MikroTik router. The second one is DNS server. The next one is SQL. And the next one is web. Because web depends on SQL. SQL must be running for web to be available. Next, I launch the main controller and the main client. Next, I can launch everything else in this network. Again, this sequence is not as important, but just in case something doesn't work, this could be important because of virtualization. We could be a little bit limited in attacks because of virtualization and specific virtualization version. I have chosen Oracle VirtualBox for 3 reasons. The first reason is memory demand. VirtualBox requires this specific amount of memory which you specify for virtual machine. If you specify 9 virtual machines with 1 gigabyte of RAM, so VirtualBox will only spend 9 gigabytes of RAM. Hyper-V requires more. The second reason, you could do what? Let me log in. Basically, I will log into my victim machine. Where's my victim machine? Is it running? Yes. When you log into some machine and you have VirtualBox tools installed like this, I will show you how to install them. You could change the resolution of a virtual machine like this. And it's going to work immediately. Any resolution. I strongly suggest you having at least 2 displays. The best configuration could be 3 displays. Like you can put Teams on some small display and on bigger screens have multiple virtual machines. When you perform attacks, for example, you sniff in Kali in between the victim and the server. You need to put 3 windows on your screen. So having at least 2 displays for this is highly suggested. And the last reason why I have chosen VirtualBox, you could mount physical devices. It's not necessary to work in my RDP session. In case somebody will work in my PCs via RDP, this is not necessary to work. But in many cases, when you perform physical deployment, physical devices could be mounted to virtual machine, such as webcam. For example, when you hack into PC and would like to make a snapshot from the webcam, you need to have it mounted to virtual machine. That's why. Well, so again, step by step, you have downloaded all virtual machines from my OneDrive. Where is it? My OneDrive. I will reopen this window. So this is the content of my OneDrive. So you have downloaded all the content to some specific folder, such as I have downloaded to CEH. Then you have unzipped all virtual machines into a single folder, which I typically do on the C drive VHD. Then you double-clicked each and every virtual machine VBox file and imported them. You have reviewed VBox files to have unnecessary images removed or patched for some other path. Then let me discuss one more thing, which is UEFI. If you go to some modern operating systems such as 2019 Server, 2016, Windows 10, for example, this one is Windows 10, in settings, you will see it's a little bit grayed out because it's running. This is EFI enabled system. You may find a specific file, this one, in a folder, which could be preventing you from launching this virtual machine. So you just simply delete it. You review the VBox file. Okay, nothing bad. Good. You delete this file and try again if it's not starting, and should be working then in EFI enabled systems. So those systems here are CH Attacker and CH SQL, which is 2016 Windows Server. So NVRAM file could be bad for your PC. Next, how to install hacking tools. There are 2 options to access tools. First, I will go to attacker machine. I will give you all the passwords. Don't worry. So this is the attacker machine, which could be packed with Trojans and attack tools. Windows 10 has Defender enabled. So first of all, you go to Control Panel and disable Defender. What I'm doing for this, I'm typing virus, Defender, and in Options, I disable real-time protection. This is the very first thing I'm doing. In this virtual machine, it's already disabled because I have destroyed the service. But from the very beginning, this is not necessarily the case. So you need to disable real-time protection. And then you may add some folders for exclusions. For example, C drive, D drive, E drive, F drive to exclusions. Otherwise, Defender will stop your attacking tools such as Cane. Second is peer tools. Let me show you how to install them. I will shut down all Windows machines first. You just don't need to start them before you mount hacking tools. So I will dismount existing peer tools and CH tools to show you this process from the very beginning. Today I have checked if it works. Okay, it works. So okay, should be fine. In VirtualBox, in Tools, I'm switching to hard disks and make it forget, yes, those VHDs. Okay. Remove everything. Delete. Delete. Okay. And forget this. Delete. Okay. So now this file doesn't exist anymore. I will copy it from scratch. Like I have freshly downloaded this VHD file. So I'm talking about both peer tools and the CEH version 13 tools. You need them both. First, you need to register this VHD file with Oracle. So you go to Oracle, you go to Tools, you go to Hard Disks, and add hard disks from your computer. So first, you register this disk. Second, you need to upgrade it to the current version of VirtualBox. So you select any virtual machine, such as the first one. In Settings, you go to Storage. You add this disk from the list of disks. Okay. Now this VHD file is upgraded, and I'm removing it from virtual machine. This is a little bit stupid step, but it's required to register the disk. Next, I'm going back to Tools, to Disks, and switch the mode for this disk from normal to multi-attach. Apply. Why it's important? If you check with peer tools at the moment, you will see that there are deltas differencing VHDs. When you mount this VHD to multiple virtual machines and you infect this disk with a virus, the only infection will exist in this differencing disk. So you will not destroy this disk. And second advantage, you can mount this disk to multiple virtual machines, such as, so now once again, I make sure this disk is specified as multi-attach. I'm selecting this Windows machine in Settings, Storage, Add CEH tools. Okay. In SQL, Settings, Storage, Add CEH tools. Okay. In Web, Settings, Storage, Add CEH tools. So by this, I will mount this disk to every Windows machine, including attacker, client victim, domain controller, web, SQL, mail. This will make our work much easier, just simply much easier. And when you start this virtual machine, you will see this disk mounted. And in Tools, you will see the differencing VHD. I will show you. Okay, going to computer, and I see this tools disk in here with some specific attack tools or maybe Trojans. Please don't forget to make exclusions in SQL and attacker machines in Defender for those disks, for Peter tools and CH tools. Add exclusions and C drive as well. Well, back to drawing. As the final result, you will have 9 virtual machines running in your PC, connected to the internet via router, 3 servers in DMZ, 3 victims in CH LAN, and 2 attacker systems connected to LAN. Now, passwords. Please memorize passwords for virtual machines. For most Windows machines, the username is administrator with this specific password with capital P $0. On Windows 7, which is the domain member, and as well on the main controller, there is Peter user with password 1 password. On attacker machine, the username is different because on attacker machine, you typically don't have domain credentials. Username admin, and the password is very the same as for other machines, other admins. To log into Kali, you use username Kali, password Kali, and you need to sudo su all the time, basically. If you want to log into MikroTik router, this is possible. The username is admin and the password 123. You could also try running victim machine and navigate to router. I will start domain controller as well, because this is also DHCP relay and DNS server for the domain. In victim machine, if you log in as Peter, you may find router management tools such as Winbox and Dude. I suppose some of you could be familiar with MikroTik routers. So this may take some minutes for the main controller to be initialized. That's why I'm not in a hurry trying to launch victim machine. This may take some minutes. And you will find the schema of this network in software Dude on victim machine. Any questions so far, please?
Yeah, maybe if I have one question. My name is Andre, and my question is basically the same I have previously had during a discussion with Miroslav. This is about the environment because the requirement said that the Windows laptop or PC is required, but the problem is, and I discussed with Miroslav, is that I rely on Mac environment. So I have Windows machine, but this is my let's say a service machine from my work, from my job. So it's impossible, unfortunately, to use it for this to creating some hacker environment, even ethical hacking environment. So what can with this? Sometimes I have, because I have a little bit sort of experience with some techniques of ethical hacking, and I already work with Kali Linux, but instead of using virtual machine, when using Kali Linux, I normally rely on Parallels because from my experience, the Kali Linux works better on Parallels in Mac environment. But maybe other machines might work on the virtual on the VM. So how can I solve this? Or
to have the best experience, I will give you RGP to my machine.
maybe could be. So I will be probably one of the members of this. So
right.
thank
So
you
I
very
will
much.
do it on Monday. On Monday, before the lecture, I will create the port forwarding to one of my physical machines. I will prepare all the environment myself.
Okay, thank you very much. And the requirements are the same as been discussed, even if I will be connected during via the RDP. So,
well, I suggest you, if possible, having multiple screens. But
yes, I have two.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Say for me,
Peter,
I have
Yes, sorry. Two more guys put in a chat box that they would be happy to have access to your RDP as well. Can you create 3
I will
sessions?
try, but I have limited number of computers. 3 maybe okay. I will try, but I suggest you trying finding Windows machine yourself. I will try to provide you 3 machines. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, that means there is FIFO system, Jiří, Majid, and Jiří Kučera.
And Andrei.
Pardon, Andrei.
Andrei.
Yes, Andrei, Jiří,
Andrei,
and
Jiří.
Majid. Yeah.
Yeah. So I will try to provide you 3 PCs. I have it on my desk. I will install them. We will see. Yeah.
Great. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Any more questions for preparation for the course?
Hello, Mr. Peter.
Hello.
I want to know that how long we can have access to these physical machines.
Yeah, that's the good question. Maybe 1 week.
So just 1 week.
So, okay, I will block the access to those machines on March 1st, maybe so up to 2 weeks, but no longer.
Okay, thank you. And then I saw the link for the books.
Yeah.
Is it a valid book for our course? Our course's CE books.
Okay, let me check. You will have your material like I do in Vital Source Bookshelf, Vital Source Bookshelf. You will have the access like this for CEH version 13 material, the same way I do. You will have student material and lab material. Those books you see in my folder are just simply hacking stuff, such as Google hacking, whatever, hacking the basics of hacking, red team manual. And you see, there's the collection of material from the internet, not necessarily the latest one.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yes,
this.
and I would add, Majid, that you will receive as a part of your student bundle, you will receive a core book dedicated to this training, and you will have a digital format of ebook or book, that I mean ebook, and you will have access for over 2 years to this existing ebook and all updates during validity. And second, you will have access to official labs from EC Council, and you will have access in the 24/7 mode and over 6 months.
Okay, that's good. Thank you so much. And the last question for the bypassing the exam, 100% bypassing the exam. What's your suggestion? Where can I find the pool of the questions? You know, it is very important.
Well, sometimes you can Google for older questions. And I know there is the book on Amazon already with questions for version 13.
Mhm.
It's on Amazon. You could try buying it. But again, this is not guaranteed to work.
Mhm. I know what you said, but for preparing the exam, how long you will be? What's your suggestion? How long is good for study for preparing the exam?
Half
2
a year.
weeks, 3 weeks,
Half a year or more.
half a year. Oh, so
Yeah. Because you see,
thank you so much.
like,
But
yeah.
it depends.
It depends.
What
of
is your
course.
starting position?
Yeah.
We have students who can pass exam a week after training is delivered, for example, but we have students as well which are not ready even 1 year after training is delivered. So it
Yes.
depends on your starting knowledge
Point.
and experience, as well as how much time you can devote to preparing for exam after training is delivered.
Okay, I got it. Thank you.
And one more idea is I have passed my CH exam 4 times. but that's the past. It wasn't the previous year already. So maybe this year they have changed the questions. Who knows? Because they change questions time to time. I have participated in developing questions for some other EC Council course. So I see that they change questions like every 3 years. Cannot guarantee.
I can add, yes, Peter, that's true that nobody can guarantee which question to expect, but I can add from our product product information or view of information that you can see that you are going to attend CEH training version 13, but CEH exam has no version. What is going on that EC Council as an organization or body which is owner of CEH certification, by changing version, they are changing exam objectives. So, and version 13 started to be provided from October 2024. So that means that in October, exam objectives changed. So we expect that the questions was updated or changed in October, and no change would be expected. You shouldn't meet any changing or different question as guys who attended exams from October 2024.
And that's even more. The training material you see, what currently on my screen, you see the training material, instruction presentation. It was changed in February, so it's very new. I'm seeing it for the first time. 2 months ago, it was different.
Yes, that is what I mentioned, that e-courseware and all upgrades are available for you. So that means you have access to digital courseware, and once there is update of courseware, your courseware is updated and you have access to updated courseware.
Excuse me, from your side, which part is more harder, theoretical or the practical?
Theory.
Theory, okay.
Yes, because they may ask you questions which are not discussed in the course, such as what hashing algorithm is used to keep password hashes in Linux. We are not discussing this in the course totally at all, but you may need to know this.
Okay, and how many attempts do we have for this theoretical and the practical? 2 or 3?
Yes, I can answer. You have two prepared vouchers for theoretical exam, and the process is or rule is that you will receive voucher for first exam, and if passed, you cannot expect voucher for second attempt. But if you fail at your first attempt at exam, you can claim for voucher for second attempt. So you have 2 attempts for theoretical exam, and you have 1 exam voucher for practical exam.
Yes, and please
in the bundle.
Please note, even if you have bundle, that this exam and this one are totally separate. For me, when I have passed CEH, for example, version 10, for example, yeah, I enrolled for practical exam totally separately. I paid separately and passed separately. And then they told me, okay, you're master because you passed both. You have earned master certification, but those 2 are totally separate.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes.
Anyway, today we are talking about preparation for the course, for the training, not about exam. We still will have a lot of time during the course, and I will point out important parts of course, which I consider to be important for exam.
Okay, thank you so much.
Any more questions about preparation
Yes.
for the course?
Hello, my name is Eric. I would like to ask just if I understood correctly, so I should find a Windows station, install Oracle virtualization, and just install all the servers which you have in the folder, right?
That's correct.
Based on the process which you try to describe it very in quick point. What is the total size of the folder which you sharing? Did I understand correctly that it's 200 gigabytes?
200 gigabytes unzipped, 50 zipped, and tools 10 more. So I suggest you having 300 or maybe 250 gigabytes to download and unzip. 250 should be enough.
Yeah, the point is about the time, because during the last, I don't know how long, maybe 40 minutes, I downloaded only 6 gigabytes, so it would take time to download all of them. Okay, so if I didn't hear or just watch all the steps which I have to do, so do you have any description in some kind like a short notice, or I need to watch the video again to follow all your steps which you recommended?
You have the whole video for this.
No, that's what I didn't want to hear it. So just there are no like steps like in describing in the like a note in the notes just to follow.
No, because you see, I change this time to time. I wouldn't expect this.
I don't know about the others, so it'll take more time than I expected to prepare it.
Well, when you
I will
have
try to do my best.
You know what? When you have downloaded everything you need, we could make a quick call to deploy virtual machines. That's not a problem. So say you'll download everything till Sunday. We can make a quick call on Sunday or even on Monday. If you have everything downloaded, deploying will not take a lot of time, like half an hour, and it's done.
And do you recommend Windows 11 or just is okay as the based operation system for the Oracle virtualization?
Well, on my laptop, I have Windows 11. On computers, I will prepare for you going to be Windows 10 or maybe Windows Server 2018, which is better.
The point is that I can use my workstation. I'm already using the VMware, not the Oracle. So I need to deploy another workstation. I was expecting to have RD, like to have. It doesn't matter. So I will try to do my best, and if possible, so maybe tomorrow ping you if I will be able, because I got the laptop, separate laptop today. So, and I wrongly answered that I should install. You could
also
the
download single machine. Yeah, download single machine, and then deploy it to VMware to see if it works.
It will be option if I have enough free space on the hard drive, which I don't have.
Well, for this course, you need some hardware. That's the prerequisite. For any testing and training, any training, you need some hardware in it.
Excuse me, not only training, while practicing the subject of training, you need some hardware and software.
Yeah, that's why I bought physical server and storage to deploy all my stuff and to be able to test everything I need in minutes. Fortunately, it's like that.
Yes.
Okay,
Peter,
okay. Clear now. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. And sorry for interrupting you. Peter, could you be so kind and put to chat box your email address? Students could address some questions before training and during training. Thank you. So guys, you have Peter's email contact. We are 30 minutes longer than expected. So are there any questions, final questions? If not, thank you for attending. As promised, we will create a private recording and provide you a private link to access recording. And I hope that this recording can help you to to make your preparation for training effective. Thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to welcome you and meet you on Monday morning when we will start training. And I hope that tomorrow we will send you activation codes to your learning stuff. And please, if received and have some time, create access to your courseware and just to get first impression how much it is and how it looks like and so on. Thank you for attending once more, and have a nice and productive rest of the day. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you. Looking
Thank you
forward
so
next
much.
week. Bye bye.
Good
Cheers.
luck. See you on Monday. Bye.
See you. Ciao.